Oh, okay. So I've been waiting for this moment for quite a bit. I mean, I've been doing this for quite some time now. We're combining two of my passions right now. One is esports, playing Valorant and everything. The other one you guys may not know is I be, dabbling a little bit of like what do they call it? Sports like, like betting, I guess. I guess you could say that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I mean, Valorant Masters Bangkok just finished up. So I think it's only right that we do it right now. So what we got, we're gonna be ranking all of the players that played in Valorant Masters Bangkok, which is composed of 8 teams, I believe. But first, we're gonna be doing the bottom four, and then we'll break it up to the top four afterwards because we'll do a part two for the top four. So like I said, we're gonna be ranking all these players from the bottom four teams of the bracket, just because some of them had 2 games only because they got knocked out or whatever it might be. So it'll be a list of 20 players, I believe, 4 teams, 5 players each, 20 players. Before we do get into that, I do want to show you guys, a little bit of my credentials as to why I would want to show you guys. You know what I'm saying? Some of these, some light. I'll give you a quick second to take a look at that. But yeah, we're gonna be ranking them not off of skills. I do want to mention that first of all, it's not based off of skills. In the sense that it is kind of skills, but it's a whole different type of fucking game when we're talking about this. All right, so right here we got a lot of underdog plays. If you know, you know. First off, ranking the fucking worst player to bet on during VCT Bangkok. Fang F from Trace Esports. Honestly, Trace Esports as a whole did horrible. It was low-key a fluke. I don't know what they did last year in VCT. They were able to beat a lot of good teams. This year, they just did not look good at all. So first off, we got Fang F. His line is usually about 28.5. Game 1 versus G2. Underwhelming. Do not... Look, he got 20 kills out of 28.5. Not great at all. Not even close. For a duelist, too. They've actually started putting him on duelist instead of Kai. So it makes it even worse. Averaging 14.5 per game. That's all you need as a duelist to clear? Yeah, nah. Against G2, understandable, though. We'll give him a little pass. But then again, T1, he scored even less. 15 kills in 2 maps. Keep in mind, these are all map 1s to 2 only. We're not counting in the map 3s or none of that, okay? It's just straight up whatever happened the first 2 maps. Because that's what the line is based off of. 15, you're telling me a duelist can't get... What, you're telling me a duelist got stuck at 7 or 8 kills each map? That's fucking insane to work. Sure, yeah, he's at the very bottom at the tier. As a duelist on Trace Esports, the whole org was kind of fucking trolling the whole game. Just could not win anything. Granted, to be fair, it is G2 and T1 damn near the fucking finalists. So, I mean, it's tough, but hey, you gotta score more than fucking 29, bro, at least. Next up, we got number 19. We got Hey Bay. Oh, let me move my camera real quick. There we go. Number 19, we got Hey Bay at 23.5. His line is super low. But, yeah, like, even then, hey, game 1, G2, he did better than, he got 16. He got 1 more kill than he had, Fang F had against T1. So, hey, yeah, but 23.5, that's kind of unexcusable to even hit. You can't get 12 per map. And then T1, he actually had the same amount of kills as fucking Fang F. So yeah, do not bet on these guys for the overs. These are specifically for overs, you know what I'm saying? If it's under, it's low key. But then again, taking under on anything lower than fucking 25 is always scary as fuck. It's super sweaty. Then let's go. Next up, we got Bianc. Bianc from Trace Esports. As you guys can tell, there's already a fucking trender right here. It's a lot of Trace Esports at the bottom. Bianc, we had a line of 25.5 on pretty much always. These lines are like the average that they usually have that get set at. So we're just going off of that. Game 1, G2 got 20. Not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could get you there if he had more rounds. I'm pretty sure the team was fucking failing. Then we got game 1, G2. I mean, he'll get you a 20 piece. He could have, if he got more rounds and Trace wasn't that bad, he could get you there. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, 25.5 isn't too bad considering I believe he plays initiator, and initiators typically get you your, you know, good amount of kills. Game 2 versus T1, he did 21. That's why we put him here at 18, because he was doing much better than the other two. And like I said, initiators usually get a lot of kills, possibly. But yeah, Trace Esports just couldn't do it as a whole. Next up, we got Luo King. Like I said, bottom 4 so far is all Trace Esports. At 26, we got a controller right here. G2, he got 22. Not bad. He honestly was okay. He's not too horrible. And at T1, he got 18. You know, I can't really say much about that. It is what it is. 0 for 2. Don't bet the overs on Trace Esports, especially in Masters Bangkok. 16th place, we got Zelsis. Now, Zelsis is one of those. He's a super iffy player. Honestly, like, if he's not going against fucking shitty teams, or if he's just not having a legacy game, like he's just having the luckiest game of his life, he's most likely always gonna go under. For some reason, I don't know why that is. I've been doing this for quite a while, and I noticed, and a lot of people who in the community will also know that he goes under as well. So, that's all. At 28, game 1, DRX 0-2, dropping 17 kills. After, I believe, the Swiss stage, he was dropping dummy kills. Like, he was going off. He was having the best games of his life. And then once he hits the fucking DRX, dropping 17. And in this one, okay, he went over 34, but the only reason why he went over, and a lot of people from that game did go over because, like, the first game went, map 1 went like triple overtime or something. And usually, if a game goes to triple overtime, that player is most likely gonna clear, if not the entire fucking lobby. Okay, so it's not bad. He got 1-1, but unfortunately they fucking lost both times. They got knocked out, so he has no more data after that. Coming in number 15, we got Mako. Mako from DRX. He was okay. He was not too bad, but the thing is, at a line of 25.5, is not that great either. Winning in a 2-0 and you only drop 20 kills, not great at all. You're not really in the engagements at all. But then again, he's a controller, so he's not going to always be in the engagements, so it makes sense. And like I said, oh, and then I think against Vitality, I think the games actually went overtime as well. Yeah, I believe the overtimes was crazy in this one as well too. Oh yeah, so he has 3 games of data. That's why we put him at 15. He did clear 1 time. Other 2 times, he just didn't clear. 18 kills is not great at all. And especially in a loss, typically, you know what I'm saying, like, the controllers are kind of the last to fight. So if your team is struggling, you're most likely getting the last fights. It could be good or bad. Sometimes you get like the 1v5. Sometimes you get like the 1v2s. It depends. But we'll put him at 15. Ranking number 14. Yeah, so you see this? Trace Esports, the entire team was left at the bottom of the fucking rankings. However, Kai deserves to get put up a tiny bit. And above the people who play 3 games as well. Because typically all of the people who have played only 2 games should be at the bottom technically. But we'll give them a pass. Just because at a line of 31, bro, Kai is good for it, honestly. Like, unless his team like is falling behind that bad and they're just fucking getting blown out, 31 is very good. Is a very good line to go over for Kai. Map 1, unfortunately, he did get 22 only. I believe it was a blowout though, so he couldn't really do much of that. That's tough. Honestly, that's just tough overall, but we'll give him a pass, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, his line doesn't really ever drop this low, but it was just that this tournament and against G2 and everything is not that great. Then game 2 versus T1, he actually popped the fuck off. He dropped 32, hook in the under, barely. But hey, no one's gonna be mad at that. But yeah, obviously dropping 31 when everyone on his team was dropping 25 or less, or 18 struggling and everything, you know, He's good at 14. We'll give him that. Coming in at 13, we got Camo from Team Liquid. So he got a line of 31.5. Camo is a duelist for Team Liquid. I believe he's correct me if I'm wrong. I think he might be newer, at least on Team Liquid. I'm not sure, but game 1 versus EDG dropped 48 kills. However, we are not really impressed by this because that's just the beginning of the game, and map 1 went fucking like triple overtime or some shit too. 48, it was bound to happen. He did have a really good game that map though, I would say, even with the overtimes. However, map 2 against Sentinels, there was a good amount of rounds and he dropped 28. Absolutely horrible. I think I actually had it's over this time, so he actually should be a little bit lower, but you know, it's okay. 28, he actually killed me because I think, yeah, I mean, he was just struggling. Like every angle he was peeking, or he was just jumping out into the dumbest fights and then dying first. So you can't really rely on him that much because he will die first. And as a duelist, yeah, it happens, but you need him to frag out some of the rounds, like at least 2 or 3k every now and then. G2, I mean, as you guys can see, the pattern is here. G2 is stopping a lot of these duelists. But 28 for 31.5 line, yeah, he's not a great over. Do not really bet this guy over. And like I said, once again, this is not overall. This is the performances they had in Bangkok and what I gathered from, you know, my own, you know, sort of betting and research. And yeah, because the thing is, like, they also play differently when it's off of like the grand stage and everything, you know what I'm saying? So it's maybe I could do an individual format per region and per team too, so let me know in the comments below if you guys are interested in that. I mean, I might do that too, but for now we just got Bangkok just finished up. I had this idea I wanted to put out there, so yeah, we're doing it now. Coming in at number 12, we got Narrate from Sentinels. Now Narrate is a newer member of Sentinels, and I mean, shit, Sentinels got pretty far, but low-key they were looking kind of fraudulent this whole entire series. Is fucking crazy. Coming in at 30.5, Narrate, oh, he did horrible. 0-2, dropping 20 kills. That's insane. Like, he's better than that. I'm not gonna lie, I'll give it to him. He's better than that, but not this time. Not this time around. And Team Liquid, against Team Liquid, I did have his over though. I did have his over on this one for 50 kills. That's actually quite amazing. I think he dropped like 30 in one of the maps as I can't remember. I think he was playing Omen, which is fucking insane. Map 2, I believe. But this game did go super long too though. So we'll put him at 12 because even though he had a really shitty game against DRX, he had one of the greatest performances he had throughout the whole series, I think, in this game. Like I said, Sentinels only lost 0-2, so they went home. Only 2 matches. Then we got Zekken. Unfortunately, Zekken was kind of disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Hey, I would like to put him above there, but in this stage, he was kind of looking like a bottom tier duelist. And like I said before, you guys come at me in the comments, this is strictly based off of their lines. I'm not talking about their skills. They're better than me, yes, of course, and everything, you know what I'm saying? None of that shit. They are good players. But when it comes to having a line and trying to hit that goal for the over, sometimes these guys fall short. And this guy very, very much did. Because of his name and how good he is, his line is much higher at 36. Alright, and we don't need any slow games when we have an over at 36. Game 1. Barely doing better than Narrate. Dropping 23. As a duelist, as Zekken. I understand we have bad games and everything, but come on now. That's just tough. Like, yeah, I mean, I know Freeing went crazy on them, but damn, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? But, alright, whatever. Game 2. Versus Team Liquid. They got 1-1. Yeah, this was actually, well, yeah, so he dropped 43 and Narrate dropped 50, but that game was just super heavily overtime. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, when it's heavily overtime, majority of players should be overs and should be sweat free. If anyone's making you sweat in triple overtime for an over, yeah, that's a bad sign. That is a very bad sign. Coming in number 10, we got Bang from Sentinel, also a newer member of Sentinels actually. Having a line of 30 should be fairly easy. Usually, like, you know, for controllers, they usually have the line of 30, so it's not too bad to hit. 15 is doable. If they have a little pop-off game, 17, 18, the next game they only need 12 or whatever it may be. Game 1, DRX versus O2. O2 versus DRX. Dropping 29, better than Sentinel. I mean, better than Zekin and Narrate. I mean, he was doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, he tried his best. It just didn't come out like that. But like I said, when a team is dominating, a lot of the times, the controller, like Bang here, has more opportunities to get into the fights because they're last alive. You know what I'm saying? So they're 1v2, 1v3 constantly, 1v5. But those are the times where it's like, it just depends on how many kills they can get within that time frame. And in game 2, he didn't go overly amazing like Zekin and Narrate, but he still got his shit done, and that's why we put him at number 10, because he hooked in an 0-2 loss, so that's already pretty good. Honestly, like, hooking is tough, but compared to your team, 29, I'll take it. You know, he's good for it. Coming in at number 9, John QT from Sentinels, with a line of 24.5, super low honestly. DRX, like Bang, he got 24, hooking his line. It's tough, but when it comes to trying to pick an over out of all the teams, he was a good consideration, because 24, it's not bad. You only need 12 a map. You fall short one map and be 10, you can get 15 the next one maybe. But yeah, he's not bad. But the only thing is, he's also like, it's on and off for sometimes. Him and like Zeus is kind of trade places. And then drop a 31. You know, line is low enough. Not a bad over at all. So he's pretty much in the same position as Bang, but only I would put John QT above him just a little bit. It's like barely, because they both hooked, but John QT's line is much lower. So in a scenario of like 0-2, you know, you can still possibly go over. Coming in at number 8, we got Hyunmin from DRX. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. Comment down below. Yes, we got number 8, 34.5 on a pretty good team, DRX. But this matchup, this competition, he was just doing okay only. Against Sentinels in a 2-0. As a duelist, he was playing pretty good, but not super spectacular or anything. There's other people on his team that shine better. Dropping 31 out of 34.5, and that's not what you want to see in a 2-0. You want to see your duelist frag even more than that. So it's a rough over though. And in game 2 versus Vitality, 1-1. I believe it's the same thing, you know, overtime. It is what it is. 38. He got 38 though. Oh yeah, and he has 3 maps here too. And that's why we put him at number 8, because we don't want to be seeing no fucking duelist drop 18. We don't want to see any duelist drop fucking below 25, like, honestly. So yeah, he's going to be placed at number 8. Next up, we got Kamek. I think it's Kamek. I don't think they say Kamik. Yeah, Kamek, yeah. From Team Liquid. 27.5, I believe he plays Initiator. Map 1, pretty good. Hey, against EDG in an 0-2, shit, I'll take that. That's a very good over for that. Game 2 against Sentinel, 1-1. He got a hook, unfortunately, but hey, I'll still take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the line is there. It's only 14, and he seems like he's doing good. He can get the frags, you know what I'm saying? And game 3 against G2, 25, you know, barely falling short. But he can get there though. He can get you those kills. He just kind of needs a little bit more rounds sometimes. But hey, he can get that for you for that line. So it's not too bad. Coming in at number 6, we got Flashback from DRX. With the line of 30.5. Yeah, I mean, sometimes 30.5 is like, it's iffy because especially it's a Sentinel. Sometimes they don't be getting enough fights, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the players can move away from the sites, and by the time they get to it, it's either they're in the 1v5, they gotta save, or by the time they get there, it's fucking already cleaned up. So it really depends. But also, Sentinels have the other side where everyone just keeps fucking bum rushing them, and they're just fragging the hell out, getting 2, 3, 4, 5Ks. Insane per round, you know what I'm saying? So we got Flashback at number 6, coming off a pretty strong start at 34 kills against Sentinels in a 2-0. In a 2-0, that's pretty good. That means they either went to his side a lot or he just was fucking dominating. Against Vitality, the rounds were kind of long, like I said, but 28 out of 30.5 is a little tough. But like I said, it's due to when he's a Sentinel. So if he's a Sentinel and people aren't coming to his site as often, or his team gets squad wiped, enemy team gets squad wiped, it's bound to happen that he's under. Game 3 versus T1, he got 25. It's just tough. It is what it is. It is tough. And even though he's not as close to his lines as Kamik, we put him here at number 6 above him a little bit because Flashback is, I'd say, he's just like, I mean, he's not as new to the scene as Kamik. Even though Kamik is like, he's been here before, Flashback on DRX is pretty fucking solid. Now we're reaching top 5. So at this point now, I'm gonna need you guys to guess what's remaining. Like I said, we're only doing the top 4 teams. Bottom 4 teams: Vitality, DRX, Sentinels, and Team Liquid. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this so far. Comment down below, and let's get into it. Number 5, we have Paditech. Now, Paditech on Team Heretics was a different story, but on Team Liquid, it's completely different. At 25.5, his line is super low. Against EDG, he scored 30 only. He got a 30 frag. It's not bad. His line is low enough, and he's pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty good. Sentinels 1-1. He got 29. Really good. We'll take these lines so far. I'll take his overs, but unfortunately, the first 2 games I didn't take his overs. I took him in G2. I'm gonna be completely honest. That was a bad call on me. I was kind of going off of his Team Heretics against G2 match history. Played really well there. Absolutely shit the bed against G2. Could not drop anything. Like, he just could not do anything. But overall, 2 out of 3 is a good cash. I'd say it's good over. And for a line of 25.5, Paditech can get the job done, except for when it's against like some crazy ass team. But also G2 just plays super strategically. So like I said, now coming down to number 4, we got Bane from DRX, coming in at a line of 26.5. Game 1 versus Sentinels 2-0, got 27. It's a little iffy. Barely going over. That's a little tough. But then again, coming out against Vitality, another strong ass team, 30 kills. Not bad. That's pretty good. 2 out of 3. And then T1, I mean, it's close. You know what I'm saying? It's closer than Paditech. He got the 3rd game, and especially against T1. T1's fucking champions. So, hey, I can't be mad at this as an over, even though game 1 is sweaty as fuck. Top 3. What the fuck am I doing with my fingers? Top 3. Can you guys guess? Honestly, shit, I did not expect this list to come out the way it was when at the beginning of when Bangkok started. Yeah, I didn't think this would be like it any at all. But hey, top 3, here we go. We got Kiko from Team Liquid. Hey, Kiko's always been super solid, honestly. Hey, don't get it fucked up. His line is pretty high for being a non-duelist. because he's usually playing Omen and shit. And I believe he also plays like Raze on split. So you do have that upper hand, but coming in at a line of 35 is pretty fucking high for smokes. But they only put him that because they gotta show his respect. Because if they put him any lower at like 33, which is like smokes level, low 32, he's going over almost always. Dropping a 41 bomb in a 0-2 against EDG. That's amazing. Kiko is pretty good. Kiko has solid aim. He's pretty reliable right now. I say top 3. You can rely on them. Honestly, you can rely on them for sure. Against Sentinels, 1-1, dropping 45 kills. This guy, you can have fun watching him. Betting you won't be sweating as much as other players, as the bottom 10, the bottom 20. 45, insane. Unfortunately, he did do pretty bad against G2, but like I said, this excuses everything else because he's a very consistent and reliable player. So more than not, if there's not like a blowout, he can do it. He can get the job done for you. Coming in at number 2, we got Freeing, one of the newer members to DRX and newer members to the scene in all. Freeing was fucking dominating. One of the best. Like, he's him. Coming in at a line of 32.5, playing initiators. Primarily he was playing a lot of Tejo this series. Dropping 35 against Sentinels in a 2-0. Everyone knew about this. Like, they saw that 5-piece against, yes, Tens. I know he was fucking crying over that. Like, shit, I was crying too. I did not. I wanted Sentinels to win because I think I had Zekin over that time. But yeah, he's just getting dogged. Vitality didn't do too great. We did have his under here, so hey, cash us. However, I mean 25 is kind of tough, but then again, it's like it's Vitality. Like we'll let him slide. You know what I'm saying? Like he just had an off game because then he came back against T1 champions, mind you, dropping a 33 piece. Fucking insane. Then we have the GOAT. Hey, drop a drum roll for me. Hey, there's only one player left that we haven't discussed yet. So if you guys are here right now, comment down below. I really want to know if you guys actually got it. No cheating. Don't cheat. Don't fast forward or none of that. Tell me who number 1 is, who the GOAT of this whole entire tourney is. For the bottom 4 teams, of course, bottom 4. Because you can't be the GOAT of GOATs if you didn't make it to the end as a team. We got that. Absolutely fucking insane. This is a player you could take the overs any day. Coming in at a line of 31-2. That's a nice spot right there. Considering he's a controller too. And I believe, I don't remember. I think he might play like Cypher on some maps too, maybe. But yeah, coming in at 31, you gotta take it. You gotta take it. Against EDG, dropping a whopping fucking 38 kills in a fucking 0-2. That is insane. Against Sentinels in a 1-1, he was showing them. He was not letting them fucking on site at all. And yeah, Tyson, I believe Tens was also going off on his team, Sentinels for this game. Nas was not letting them do anything, making them look fucking silly. Then we got G2 in an 0-for-2 game. That is fucking insane right there. Nats, you can rely on him. Hey, look, at a line of 31, he's going above and beyond his line in 0-2 games, in a 1-1. Shit, if it was a 2-0, he would be fucking over too. 3 out of 3. No one in the bottom 20 players of these 4 teams is doing any of that. Oh, and I think my bad. I said Vitality under. I mean the bottom 4 earlier, but no, I meant DRX. But yeah, Nats is the fucking GOAT. cash out on him every time. Fucking insane. Don't doubt him. Don't even touch his under if you even try. But yeah, like I said. So yeah, that includes that wraps up the video. That's part 1. We're doing the bottom 4, like I said. If you guys are interested in part 2, where we list out the top 4, I believe it's we get T1, G2, Vitality, and EDG. That's pretty interesting. I might have to, that's gonna make me struggle a little bit, but if you guys really want it, comment down below and I'll get you guys that. Yeah, this was kind of interesting. You know, putting everything into like data sets and trying to understand it, breaking it down like this, ranking them. Yeah, I was kind of mind blown by Nats, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I appreciate y'all coming through and watching to the end of the video. This is something new, you know what I'm saying, like that you guys don't really watch. It's not ranking based off skills or anything. It's ranking based off of lines. And you know what I'm saying, if you guys are like a little bit of, you know, gambas, if you guys into gamba, mixing these two together, not many people are in this field, especially when it comes to sports betting. They do NBA and everything, not Valorant. But this is the spot right here. So yeah, drop a like from me, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in part 2 if you guys want that.